Hello and welcome. If you don't know me, I'm Mercy the Game Master here at HereThereBeMonsters, and we're back with another Working Wednesday stream. I've got a little visual warning for you here, but also an auditory one just in case. If you've been keeping up with our campaign and you care about spoilers, I will try to keep any specific spoilers away from the stream today, but there may be some context clues or some minor spoilers for the outcome of the battle. So if you care about that, thank you for being here. Don't forget to drop a like, but if you need the earmuffs and take off, I totally get it. If you are caught up or just are somebody who is not concerned about spoilers, then thank you for joining me today. Well, I mean, thank you everybody for joining me today, but thank you for hanging out with me for the next hour or so here. If you're not familiar with the format of the show, we sit down, we work for about half an hour, we take about a 5-minute break, we work for about a half an hour, and then we get out of here. The goal is to stay relatively focused and be relatively timely with our projects. And because we all know how it goes with D&D stuff, it's pretty easy to get caught up in all of the other relevant things. And of course, I love doing that as well. But for the purposes of these power hours, we want to try and stay focused. Of course, you don't have to be a game master or dungeon master, whatever you prefer to be here. A lot of people use these working streams as motivation to do the dishes, clean a room, or whatever have you. So whether you're going to just watch me or you have a project of your own, thank you for being here and good luck. And also, hello, Lily, Lee, Summer, and Spio. Hope you guys are well. I do also have a couple of snacks with me. I generally try not to eat during these streams, but I've been working on healthy habits and whatnot recently, and trying to kind of stay on my schedule for that. Hi, Candy. Hi, Amras. That would be YouTube. I actually have it on live chat, and it still hadn't showed me Amras's message, but it has now at least. But yes. Also, if you've never been to a YouTube live stream before, YouTube does this weird thing that it calls top chat, where it uses some sort of algorithm to try and serve you the best chat messages, only the hottest, best chat messages. You can turn that off by clicking on it or tapping on it and going to
YouTube
live
stream
chat.
is now live.
Thank you, Lumia. Nailed it. All right.
Ninja Nola is the first chatter and has been first 8 times.
That's somebody triggering things on Twitch, isn't it? First things first, let's do some experience. So oh, you're fine. I was just confused for a second because it wasn't red. And I was like, wait a minute. Oh, I did already do that. Okay. So I think we're going to, there's a session from a while back now, session 8, where somehow I missed doing experience. I remember when it happened, or when we discovered it a few sessions later. I had some theories as far as what happened, but we'd had a bit of a gap in our sessions, and it was too hard for me to go back and remember what all might have happened. So I had retroactively just gone and done in kind of an arbitrary amount of experience, but I just decided I think I want to crank that up a little bit. She's being a ninja. Then we need to give experience for this session. So he says, have fun. She's going to go beat up some enemies on Titan Quest. Awesome. Thank you for being here, Candy. Enjoy your Titan Quest. I appreciate you guys coming by and hanging out. So first things first, we have the session experience. What all happened during this session. And then we have some specific things that we'll be giving experience for as well. Oh, you know what I didn't do last time, actually? This was not missed experience for a whole session or anything like what I was just referencing, but I did miss doing experience for... Oh, no, I didn't. Never mind. That had not finished yet. The scene at the harbor had not finished yet. Okay. So, session XP. Da, 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 da. Do we have any particularly strategic battle decisions or risky or spectacular role play or anything like that? Okay. We have that. Then we have well, and we're not only giving experience to the people who were physically present when an encounter or when a part of the encounter was defeated, because I think that de-incentivizes teamwork and strategy. So, so then we've got... We've got David Hasselhoff. Yes, nailed it. Emma did a great job with the notes for that campaign. Can you tell me more what you're talking about, Amlas? To make sure I don't spoil or overshare anything. I want to make sure we're on the same page. Right. So then we had the... Oh, I need to get my XP guide up. That's what's throwing me off here. Indeed. The way they... Oh, yes, I see. Okay, I'm glad I asked because that wasn't quite what I thought you were referencing. Yeah, he worked really hard, and so did I. But of course, most of the props go to Etma for managing all of that while running the session. He did a really good job of being conscientious of what had happened during our session and incorporating references, and it was awesome. Oh, speaking of the session, by the way, the session video, I'm hoping to get that uploaded tomorrow, but it should be Friday at the latest. So then, how do we want to assign experience for the... second south encounter? I think honestly, probably also that. What do you mean XP NPCs? No, generally NPCs do not get experience. And are we gonna keep doing Avas? That's a good question. I'll address that in a minute. Hold on. No, you're okay. You're okay. I appreciate you looking out. So that's gonna be that. It's working out that you dealt with certain things and that some stuff still made it through, and now they have a side quest as a result. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, that worked out great. Okay, then I'll remind me again about the Ava thing if I don't think of it here in a minute. I just want to get to a thought stopping point. Shaw worked so hard. Shell and Rubato would be a blast together. Yeah, we're definitely gonna need to try and organize a crossover episode at some point. It'll be such a cacophony with like 12 players and 2 DMs and whatever, but that would be way too fun not to do. Amazing, yes. Okay, so that is that encounter and that encounter, and then we're gonna do experience for kind of the whole thing. And I admittedly I have not really sat down and thought about that yet. So let me muse while I munch a protein bar here. Oh my gosh, my new medicines make this kind of thing. I don't know, it makes it way harder for me to like chew down and swallow. I'll explain in a second, Rocket. that was a subtotal of how much experience you guys had gotten during the battle thus far. Because I'm kind of trying to judge, because I want to give you experience for the end of the battle itself, but for the most part, the majority of the experience came from, you know, the individual scenes and challenges. So I wanted to kind of see, like, okay, you know, I'm thinking about doing, you know, like this much XP, but I wanted to see how that was relative to how much total experience you've gotten. So, like, if I was going to do 250 experience for the finalization of the battle, how did that compare to how much you'd already gotten? Essentially, I didn't want to like double the XP that you'd gotten or anything like that. Because it was really cool and it was huge, but especially the pace at which our world is designed to be played in and whatnot. I don't want to, you know, I also don't think it makes sense to give like thousands and thousands of XP for the battle, so we have to be careful with that. If anything, in retrospect, I may have given out a bit too much along the way. So there may be a few tweaks to the overall formulas here, but I think we're going to do that. And then I'm going to need to go and tweak something after this, but how's your day going, Rocket? It would be interesting with Rubato's friend. You're not sure if Rubato is an isolated figure who dabbles with undead, but shall contact undead will. Good, you're about to D&D. Yeah, I figured. I was actually surprised to see you come by with how late I started. But thank you for making the effort. I had more to do before stream than I thought I did. Okay. I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut down some of the other session XPs just a little bit. Oops. Started typing 57 instead of 75. I had gone a little bit high on the XP per session because I thought the total number of sessions to get through the battle was going to be less. So there ended up being more total experience in the battle than I expected. How do I feel about that? You guys are great at singing. That would either not notice or mine. Let's see what those subtotals now look like. Okay, that's a little higher than I was shooting for, but it's much closer. That's much more in line with kind of what I had planned. Let me look back at thumbnails really fast and see if there's any other like last minute tweaks that we want to make there. And then, yeah, and then we'll talk about Ava and XP. Okay, so episode 9 was the actual start of the battle. Okay, that's what I thought. There were 6 total sessions. We had under attack, one must fall, rock blocked, disrupting the ritual. You know, I should go through my XP spreadsheet and put the YouTube video's name in the with the session number. It'd be a lot easier to work with. Greet, brave souls, and then I don't know what I'm going to call the next one yet. I haven't thought about it. That would help. Can I Trello? Yeah, I have it up. I'll write it down. I'm not going to probably stop and do that today, but oh no, Amras. Dang it. Not change. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it, Amlas. Okay, so under attack and one must fall should both definitely be a little bit on the higher end of XP. So that's 9 and 10. 11, rock blocked. That was a really cool session also. But I don't know if it was quite as impactful as 12, disrupting the ritual. I gave the same amount of experience for both of those. Then I think retreat is fine. Okay, so I think rock blocked is the other, or no, or yeah, never mind. Rock blocked is the one. Is 11. Well, that was the start menu. I've only used Windows 11 a little bit, but it should be down in the middle center, just to the. There we go. I have to reverse everything for you. Just to the left of the little search bar thing. Okay. What is the like 1,050? Okay. Okay. I'm happy with those XP amounts. And then is there anything else in particular we want to stop and call out from a role play or tactical perspective to give specific experience for? Yes. God, what do I want to categorize this as though? I do kind of try and keep things in categories so it's easy to keep track of. Oh, wait, hold on. Writing out for, there we go. Okay, that's the main thing that jumps out at me for that character in the last session. Next character. Okay. Next character. Next character. Okay. I think we're good then. I think we're good. Okay, experience is done for all of our present players. Let me mark that off, and we'll think/chat Ava real fast. Mark that off. Mark that off. I have another thing for Amras also, so it's nice that you're here, but I want to stay relatively in order. So Ava. Oh god, it's already almost break time. Holy crap. That took longer to muck through than I thought it was going to. So all of our player characters will be leveling up. And I think so Ava was originally designed as an NPC. And then Mandy decided to assume pilot ship ownership, I don't know, whatever, of her. And I loved Mandy playing Ava. I hope that we can have more of that again at some time. But in the meantime, she's had to step away for personal reasons. And so what do we do with Ava? Well, narratively, I have a solution. You'll see next session. But kind of mechanically, what happens? Well, I think probably Ava will probably level up too. I'm not necessarily going to rush to do that, but I think with where Ava's story is going to go, kind of from here, and the more in the background since she's an NPC, we will level her to 3, and then she will just stay there. And then if she stays an NPC, then she'll probably be level 3 pretty much forever, or maybe if there's some sort of major party interaction that results in something that might rank her up or something, then maybe whatever. But and then that way, if Mandy comes back and reassumes domain over Mandy, well, maybe that too, but domain over Ava, then Ava is like level 3 and is ready to go. But I want to be careful with that because also Mandy's never gotten to make or level up a D&D character before because she started using Ava, who already was a fully statted NPC. If you don't know the backstory on that, yes, I fully stat NPCs. Not all of them, not even very many of them. But NPCs that I'm anticipating the party having a significant number of interactions with, I fully stat out. For one, it's fun for me. I like making characters. And for 2, it helps me flesh them out, give them motivations and personality and whatnot. So knowing that the party was going to be spending a fair amount of time around Capstone and interacting with the militia there and whatnot, I statted out 4 people in the militia. And when I say statted, I don't just mean gave vital stats. I like fully did character sheets. So we had Ava, who was like at the soldier level. Then above Ava, we have Randall, who's the captain. Then above Randall, we have Field Commander Dunstan, who he's actually not quite done. He's like 90% done, but just priorities. I didn't have time to go back and finish him. And then, yep, exactly. And then Bridget herself. So, And that gives me an opportunity to let them act in, if they're acting in combat, as certainly they were during the battle, they can do cool things, but we're still working within the bounds of the system. I do that for two reasons. One, I want to maintain a continuity in how the world works and like what kind of power level and whatnot we expect. And for two, I don't want NPCs to generally. There are some times where this is okay, but in most circumstances, we don't want NPCs to be showing up player characters. So, having everything in black and white means that they're operating within the same rule set as our player characters are. Now, admittedly, some of those are higher levels, like Bridget's obviously higher level than the party characters are, and so is Dunstan. But yeah. So anyway, that's just kind of some of my thoughts there. And yes, good job, Lily. It should have been a pop quiz, because that's not just one person per rank. I mean, it's also that, but that is a full chain of command. So that, like, there are no additional ranks. At least there have not been. There may potentially be some military restructuring going on in the future. But so Ava is a soldier level person. Randall is Ava's captain. Dunstan is the commander who oversees, among other captains, Randall. And then Bridget, of course, is the marshal in charge of the militia, and so she oversees Dunstan and the other commanders. Yeah. No, you did great. That was awesome. Oh, right. So, reason I grabbed the character sheets. So I always tell people, especially if you're doing paper sheets, to do this anyway, because it's really hard to go back and like audit a sheet and figure out where exactly everything came from. So if Mandy rejoins us at some point, she might just say, I want to use Ava however you made her at level 3. In fact, I suspect that is what she'll say. But what I'll probably try and push for is for her to make her own choices about what she wants for Ava for going from level 2 to level 3. Because it's really, really hard to deconstruct stuff and keep track of where bonuses came from and blah, 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 what I always tell people to do is make a new character sheet. So, like, this is not Ava's character sheet. This is level 2 Ava's character sheet. For one, like I said, it helps avoid confusion, especially if any mistakes are made, because it's really, really hard to suss out mistakes. But for two, it gives you... hold on, I just ADD'd really hard. For one, it helps backtrack if there's any mistake making. For two, it gives you kind of a fun record of the character and how the character has grown over time, because then you can go back and see like level 1, level 2, level 3, whatever. And then for 3, in this specific use case, if I can get Mandy to make a level 3 Ava, then like she has the existing level 2 sheet to work from, just like you normally would if you're going from level 2 to level 3. And then I can just set my level 3 version of Ava aside. Captain Leona, can you have her position? So sad. Anyways. All right, so that's some of my thoughts there. Holy cow. There was a lot to kind of parse through to get the experience and whatnot done. So the second half of the stream here is going to be us sitting down and actually planning out some of the aftermath stuff. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Lily. So I'm going to have to be really cautious about the way that I talk about these things, because I don't want to spoil anything for upcoming things. So obviously I'll need to reference some things, like we're going to need to name and give descriptions for some new captains, and like some things like that. That's fine. But there will probably be some other like political narrative things that happen in Capstone and in the larger kingdom as a result of what has happened here. And because of that, I want to at least dip my toes in some of those thoughts, so we're ready to deal with those things, either behind the scenes, because the world lives on. The world is not only the passage of time is not only happening within a 200-foot radius of our player characters. So maybe some of that stuff will just be happening in the background, and maybe some of that stuff will be things that our player characters are going to interact with. But there are a handful of things that I want to at least kind of sketch out here. All right, so yes, we're going to take a stretch and potty break. If you haven't been up off your booty in a little while, I recommend that you get up, move around, get some water, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Also, if you haven't done so yet, please don't forget to give a thumbs up to the video. Oh, did the timer not actually start? Because when it ends, it should go to now. And instead, it's 000. It did? Oh, okay. That's weird. I don't know why. Excuse me. I don't know why I didn't do the thing. Okay. I now need to get into the world building folder. Because we need to track some casualties in and around Capstone. This is actually going to be pretty hard to track down. This is probably going to take longer than I was anticipating. I can already, like, now that I'm sitting here and actively thinking about it, I can already tell it's going to be a problem. I mean, at the end, we ended up in pretty much the same spot. I guess technically, at the end of their session, the Chroniclers group or the Chronicles group is, yeah, maybe 30 seconds ahead of you or something. But it's very, very, very close. It is functionally the same time. Probably the only time without some gerrymandering with the timeline that you're ever going to really be operating in the same timeline. Exactly like that. Okay. What am I doing? What am I doing? I am looking at surviving chiefs and surviving captains. So I guess I also need the document for the Unity of the Warforged up here. Up in here, up in here. Oh my god, I've already looked and forgotten 3 times. Okay. So the orc chieftains were actually pretty easy to find. But also they're going to be easier than the human captains. So, oh god. How are we gonna do this? I should have made them unique minis. Then I could like search for them. Okay, there's one. All right. There's one. I had to make something to track this. Oh, okay. This helps. This helps. If I hold down, this is actually pretty cool. If I hold down tab, then oh wow, I can even zoom out pretty far. Then it shows nameplates. Oh, this is far superior. Excellent. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I just found something that I missed. As far as chieftains go. All right. There's Alexis, Rosalind, Landon, Vincent. Oh God. Okay, hold on. Alexis, Rosalind, Landon, Vincent. Alexis, Rosalind, Landon, Vincent. Alexis, Rosalind, Landon, Vincent. Okay. This is always fun with this kind of project. I just found a reference to something. I won't say what it was, but just found a reference to something that's kind of fun. Uh Okay, there's Roderick. person is alive. That person is not alive. Hold on. That person is alive. Okay, who am I missing? I found almost all of them. Found. Need to double check that one because I think we know where that person is. Okay, so we need to double check 2 of these. That person is dead. Okay. There's 1, 2, 3. Okay, this person I have not found yet. And then there's 2 other people that I have not found, but that I know where, more or less where they should be. Da 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 da. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So we've found 9 out of 12 so far. Oh, I know what happened. Okay, I know why I didn't find one of those people. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. We'll fill out a little bit more of that info. So we've got 2 more people to find. One of them I know right where they are. There we go. And that is another casualty. I guess this is unfortunately relatively common. Okay. Then the last person, William, should be. Did I finish that thought? Did I say that this was not kind to the NCOs? And okay, that person. I started to say that, and I have literally no recollection of whether I did. Nope. Yeah, sorry. That was the thought that I had started to state, and then my brain just went bye. Okay, bye. Yeah, about almost half. Almost half of the captains did not make it. Okay, almost done with this. Okay. Well, we have our casualty list. Now we have to decide what we want to do with any of those. Okay. That's generally my plan for what's going to happen there. So I can mark that off. How are we doing? Oh, we still got 12 minutes. Okay. There's a lot of little things. Something that's definitely not going to get done today. That's going to get moved over. That's also not going to get done today. That's too... that's going to take too long to do. Okay. Organizing notes a little bit as I go. So here's the thing that I had for MRAS / Allandite. I thought of this after the fact, but I like it. I don't think MRAS is going to complain. Although, where is it? Ah, there we go. I think that Amina should get some progress on her war training for, being in a war. I guess a battle technically, but close enough. But how much? I don't want to go too crazy, but I think that makes sense. At a minimum, she gets 1 automatic success. I'm trying to think if we want to do more than that. Well, and it may or may not be automatic. I guess that's the other thing, right? Is I might let you roll for it and then give you more chances, but make them rolls because I like dice. But either way, how many attempts do I think makes sense? Maybe one per episode that you utilized her in battle. How many would that actually be? There were 6 sessions, but you didn't actually have her for the first 2. That'd be 4 attempts. I think that sounds good to me. Ride checker, handle animal. I believe it's handle animal. I think in general, it might be kind of fun to do that during the session. Because it also just gives us an opportunity to get the fact that you're doing that back in front of people. Like both in, well, I get mostly out of character. But yeah, I think 4 makes sense. One attempt per episode. That means 4. We fit that on one line. Ugh, that's not pretty. What if I do that? Hey, there we go. So the date there would be 2 late spring. 561. Oh, no, don't use caps. And we need that. Holy crap, I'm really shocked. I guess it's just detecting the numeral. But that's really cool because the way that dates are written, it's the number and then the month and then the comma and then the year. So it is the 2nd day of late spring, but that's just written as 2 space late spring, comma 561. And so I grabbed that and drug it down like in the Google sheet. And although this is not what I wanted here, so I need to go back and change it. It actually updated the date, just like if you grabbed real Earth dates and like dragged them down, how it would keep going sequentially. So just as a fluke, because of the way that dates are like structured in Rin, I can actually like drag and drop them in sheets. So it put 2nd of late spring, 3rd of late spring, 4th of late spring, 5th of late spring. That's really neat. Not what I wanted, but neat. I am going to need you to remind me about those rolls, though. And we probably won't do them right off the bat. That'll probably be once we get through kind of like the initial aftermath. And then, we're getting into more kind of like downtime activity type things, then we'll like, I know that we're already rolling retroactively for things that happened during the battle, but I think still it would be kind of weird to break up the like flow of the show, to just like do it right at the start. Thank you, sir. Okay. Let's kick. We've got about 5 minutes left. Let's kick 2 other things out. And then I have technically 3 things, but they're all related. They're just slightly different aspects. Um I wish I could picture that. Okay. I can't describe what it is that I'm trying to figure out right now without it being a pretty major spoiler for things to come. But I think I have an idea. Oh, okay. If that's there, then we don't need something there. Hard. I'd love to get a little bit of feedback, but I don't want to spoil things. Yeah, thank you, Anola. I Yeah, I may do that. I feel like this is close, but it's not quite what I wanted. Um Britannica for kids. found part of my answer. I don't have locations worked out yet, but I'm surprised that the thing that I'm looking into does not have a clearer answer. Sorry, I know this last part hasn't exactly been riveting, but I need to go down a rabbit hole. Okay, okay. This is what I wanted. I'm surprised that there isn't still more information about this, but I'll save this in Trello. Information about that thing. Yes, that's a wonderful resource that I found. Okay. I have to decide if I want to call it something else or if I want to use the historic name. Hmm. Oh god, it's 4:15. Okay. I got the nomenclature sorted out at least. Okay. That took a little bit more mucking around than I wanted, but that's okay. We got an answer. And that ties together with that. I might use... Okay, I have one alternate name. You have to say there weren't any spoilers today. We mostly spoke in code. Yeah, I think the main spoiler, and that's why I said context clues for the finale, is that some of the stuff that we're talking about does imply how the battle resolved itself. But really, that was the main thing I was concerned about. I just didn't want anybody to tune in and be like, "Oh my god, did it burn or did it not burn?" And then have that be ruined for them. Okay. Yeah, Nola, if you have a second, I'll just call you when we finish here. I have kind of sort of an idea, but I'd like some outside input. Okay. Well, I pretty much got done what I wanted to today. There's a lot of disparate notes to deal with after the battle here. Of all the things that I thought of, there are still 9 left, but we started with we started with 19. You know, and there were various things. Some of those things took 30 seconds to resolve really fast. It was just something I didn't want to forget, and some of them took 20 minutes or so. So we did 10 out of 19. And frankly, it's probably going to be a while before we get to play again for the Kingdom campaign, because it's not going to be this weekend, because we want to do 3 back-to-back weekends. I know that's hard on some folks. It's not going to be the following weekend, the 7th, because that'll be during the subathon. Probably also not the 14th, because I mean, it's possible, although highly unlikely, but possible that the subathon itself could just still be going then. But even if it's not, we'll probably be in subathon recuperation time. So either way, probably not a D&D weekend. Then the 21st, we'll hopefully be in San Diego for TwitchCon, assuming that said subathon goes well enough to facilitate that. And then we're to the 28th. So I think it's going to kind of work, though, because we got to our big finale for that set piece. And then it makes sense to kind of let the dust settle a little bit, literally and figuratively, because the next episode is Aftermath anyway. or possibly the next 2 episodes. We'll see how fast we get through stuff. So I think it's going to work. Actually, another thing I need to add to my to-do list for today, which is to update the thumbnail and title of this live stream. Excellent. And I think I did, possibly quite foolishly, throw in a Working Wednesday stream next week as well. So hopefully those remaining 9 of the 19 things, we can get those done next Wednesday. Oh, I'm so sorry, Reading Squirrel. We are, yes. We're actually, I thought this one was going to be nice and timely, and then here we are at 85 minutes. Which 90 minutes is kind of our drop deadline on these. So I'm sorry that we missed you, but thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate you. Of course, you're always welcome to rewatch the VOD or anything. But I've got some other work to do today, so I want to hop off here and have a short break before I need to get on to the next thing. So thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. It was fun. Working Wednesday again next Wednesday. And then, of course, we've got our Twitch streams and everything this weekend. Keep an eye. Oh, I should have had this in the news at the start, but I was trying to like be really focused and get going. But we have a subathon coming up on Twitch on starting on Friday the 6th of September, so just like a week and a half from today. It's celebrating a combination of my birthday and then also we're trying to fundraise to hopefully go to TwitchCon. So if you like subathons and you like that kind of thing, please check us out on Twitch, twitch.tv/HereThereBeMonsters. Of course, if you had fun here on YouTube today, if you're not already a follower or a subscriber, if you will, we'd love to have you join us. We make D&D content here on YouTube. We do live streams. We post shorts. We upload our sessions, and we're working on D&D original content videos as well. So thank you so much for everybody that joined us. Really, really appreciate it. If you haven't had a chance to do so yet, please don't forget to throw a like on the live stream, and we'll see you soon. As always, take care and be excellent to each other.